If the world is to achieve its net zero ambitions, then collaboration is key. The international bioenergy community met in Vienna for their annual meeting to network and exchange ideas and best practices in promoting the sustainable development of bioenergy. Our reporter has more.
The bioenergy community is currently challenged by voices that are concerned that bioenergy use would have a negative impact on the environment, on biodiversity. And I think it is very important to properly explain what bioenergy is about and how it can contribute to biodiversity, to sustainable development, to climate protection.
With bioenergy the most abundant renewable energy source, the World Bioenergy Association wants to promote understanding of how to use it in a sustainable way.
The change from unsustainable to sustainable practice is related to technology improvement. That is what we are promoting. Technology improvement involves a lot of learning. So in many parts of the world, people don't even know that better technologies exist. So it's something that is related to international cooperation. We're promoting that very strongly.
There's huge scope for development of the bioenergy sector in Latin America, where Pellet Mexico is trying to harness residual biomass. Their business model involves partnering with local producers to invest in pelletizing plants and adapting heating systems to use renewable energy.
The interesting thing is that biomass, as it comes from the field or from a sawmill that has residues or other factories that are processing food, for example. This biomass is inhomogeneous, it's wet, and it's very fluffy, it has little density. So in order to create a fuel, you need to have a high density, it must be easy to transport, it must be dry, and must have a consistent quality, so it shouldn't change all the time. And pelletizing is the easiest way to do so.
This process will also reduce global emissions.
First, you avoid the pollution and the environmental impact that comes from this handling of the residues. Then you convert that residue that was waste and you transform it into energy, and you transform it to a renewable source of energy. And also, you use this renewable source of energy as a complementary mix of energy to the renewable developments, wind and solar mostly. And then you transfer a competitive advantage to the final client, in which you benefit him by reducing a lot of the costs entailed by producing with fossil fuels.
In Europe, work is underway on quality control to boost consumer confidence in bioenergy, potentially crucial in reaching net zero and chiming with the European Commission's Fit for 55 legislation.
This is indeed all a process to reach decarbonization of Europe by 2050, and the Fit for 55 is a kind of the interim step for 2030. And bioenergy is playing a key role, not only because this is 60% of renewables, but also because we prepare the future with this legislation, and we have a kind of corporate responsibility in our sector already, and we will be the only energy sector, be it fossil or renewables, with mandatory sustainability criteria by law. Bioenergy is essential to reach the carbon neutrality objective of the Commission. Why? Because the carbon cycles of bioenergy is closed. It means that when we emit CO2 by producing energy with biomass, this CO2 was obviously captured by plants, being it in agriculture or forestry. It means that there is no net increase of CO2 in the atmosphere. So really, the bioenergy sector offers a unique opportunity to reach the carbon neutrality of Europe.
There are already several projects to provide communities with heating using modern bioenergy technology, and others ensuring that forests are managed by repurposing waste wood sustainably.
The challenge we want to take on board as World Bioenergy Association is to promote, to change these traditional ways of using bioenergy by modern ways of using bioenergy. And to give you an example, if we use agricultural residues such as straw, rice husks, there are so many residues that are currently just waste dumped. And we densify them to pellets and use a gasifying stove. So there are really possibilities to substantially improve the use of bioenergy, and that is what we are promoting as an association.